Hello, my name is Philip Totaro. I'm the founder and CEO of market research firm IntelStor. Welcome to your weekly dose of truth to power. Truth to Power examines data driven insights for the energy sector with a focus on renewables. On this week's episode, we're looking at generation and efficiency of renewable energy in the Americas region from the IntelStor Future of Renewables report. Well, 2025 ended with over 2.8 petawatt hours of renewable energy generation in the Americas region. While hydropower was 92.3% of the market share in the year 2000, it comprised 91.6% of the generation in the market. As of the end of 2025, however, hydropower's contribution to renewable energy power generation in the Americas region was reduced to just 56.9%, with onshore wind second at 20.5% and solar PV at 12.87%. By 2030, we expect hydropower's contribution to generation to reduce below 50% as onshore wind will continue to grow to more than 22% and solar PV should grow to about 17%. Offshore wind will also start making more of a contribution by 2030 with up to 2.5% of the total generation in the region. Solid biofuels have sustained a respectable 5 to 6% of generation over the last 25 years, but unfortunately, we don't see significant growth potential from that technology in the Americas region. As we noted last week, geothermal technology will see a small spike in the Americas region within the next 5 years, but the expected contribution to overall regional generation will remain limited at a little over 2%. Additionally, some major hydrogen generation projects were installed in Mexico in 2022 and 2023, which led to their contribution of around 2% of total generation. But given the high cost of hydrogen generation, it's unlikely that we'll continue to see significant capacity additions now that the hype cycle for hydrogen has faded. And the fact that hydrogen as a power generation source looks like it's not particularly cost effective. If you're going to make hydrogen from natural gas or coal or even renewables, it's cheaper to just use the power from renewables rather than make hydrogen, store it, and then use that for power generation later. Full load hours are driven by a combination of capacity installed and relative efficiency. Hydropower still leads in the Americas region on full load hours, but solid biofuels and even biogas make a substantial contribution with consistently high capacity factors, despite the limited installed capacity they have. This underscores why those technologies receive interest from renewable energy project developers. High capacity factors usually translates into high returns. Onshore wind energy and solar PV are also making a dent as they see more capacity additions, and they should be poised to grow beyond hydropower within the next 10 years. Existing geothermal has maintained an average capacity factor of 58.1% in 2025, with hydropower at 46.4% and waste to energy facilities at 44.9%. While solar PV and onshore wind have seen significant growth in capacity, they tend to operate at a lower average capacity factor. Offshore wind in the USA, which has been operational since 2016, has actually averaged 40.13%, indicating that the significant potential that offshore wind holds if the government of the day could get out of the way and allow offshore wind to be fully exploited. Biogas and solid biofuels maintain very respectable capacity factors, indicating why they receive interest from project developers. Again, that's in spite of the lack of fervor around the technologies when compared to solar PV or onshore wind, which not only get a significant amount of attention, but a significant amount of capital allocation as well. In other global regions, efficiency tends to degrade over time as new technology like wind or solar increases in the overall market share. In the Americas region, efficiency has slightly improved in the past few years and is likely to stabilize within the next 5. Onshore wind average capacity factor has increased from about 22 to 25% back in the early 2000s up to closer to 30% today. Solar PV also performs slightly better than the global average. In both cases, the technology is maintained more frequently and is therefore better able to produce output. In the case of onshore wind, one of the reasons why it increased so substantially is as project developers moved away from the high wind speed sites that were in close proximity to transmission to lower wind speed sites where they needed better technology to be able to commercially exploit the available wind resource and build new transmission infrastructure that would allow them to make money on their projects. That's what necessitated the improvement in efficiency on the wind turbines that they used. The real noteworthy contribution comes from the few offshore wind farms in the USA, which operate at a capacity factor which is close to 50%. That averages better than hydropower, which is typically around 46%. Geothermal has also been another standout with a typical historical average capacity factor between 54% and just below 75%. This highlights the potential for the technology as they'll scale with more than 15 gigawatts of capacity additions in the Americas in the coming years. Thank you for joining me this week. I'm Philip Totaro, and this has been your weekly dose of Truth to Power. We'll have more to come from this IntelStor exclusive report, The Future of Renewables, next time on Truth to Power, including a look at feed-in tariffs, public finance, and capital efficiency of renewable energy in the Americas region. In the meantime, you can follow us on IntelStor's YouTube channel as well as your favorite audio platforms, and visit www.intelstor.com to join more than 250,000 subscribers to our renewable energy data solutions. We're adding subscribers faster than ever, so don't miss out. Register today. A full analysis of the global renewable energy market is available to online subscribers of this new exclusive IntelStor report, The Future of Renewables. And you can now register today for the next Wind Summit event in Houston, Texas on the 3rd to 4th of November, 2026. Visit www.windsummit.org and join hundreds of your industry colleagues to discuss all the latest trends in O&M. Tickets are on sale now, and we hope to see you there.